Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we actually have quite a few different things to go and talk about over here because it's kind of crazy to see this. We had a really big absence over here when it comes from the Xbox side. Now, Xbox has been a little bit on the sketchy side these past few months, especially with the Activision acquisition going on, and as well with them kind of awkwardly sitting by, patiently waiting to go and see what all these big regulators are having to go and say. And now with that kind of tied on in, they kind of want to be a little bit more low-key. They don't want to have like these huge blockbuster hits, but they were very, very quiet as of yesterday in the Game of the Year awards. Now, obviously, I was noticing this too when I was co-streaming up on my Twitch stream, but at the same time, I've also been noticing, and other people in the community too as well, have also been noticing this too. And it kind of goes to show that like Xbox has gone dark, it's gone silent, there wasn't even a holiday release for this year, and people are getting a lot more skeptical and a lot more scared about the future of the Xbox. So we're going to talk about this, talk about the drama, and talk about everything else all in between. And as well, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on, as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. The Amazon links down below for all the signups. We have the brand new Samsung sale that's going on. We're working with Samsung to go promote out some of the brand new SSDs, good for PS5, Xboxes, PC, etc. on super good cheap prices down below. And of course, subscribe with the notifications on for that giveaway going on for the $500. And let's dive into the news. So as we mentioned, a lot of these console folks out here have been a little bit more skeptical and a little bit more kind of harpy when it comes to Xbox. Because like I said, Xbox has been very quiet. There has been a few new Game Pass games being released, and we've had a few kind of bigger games too as well. And yeah, at the end of the day, it's kind of, well, a strange vibe. Because if you don't have games to play in big Xbox games, you kind of have to go and buy them. Think Bethesda, think Starfield, think Call of Duty, think Activision. But at the same time, with the FTC having a lot of issues right now, it leads Xbox into a really weird spot. They don't want to release these huge games and have the public think that they're a big figurehead in gaming. They want to go and lay low. They want to chill. But once again, that kind of makes everyone kind of more so forget about Xbox because there wasn't any big news for pretty much this entire year coming out. And at the same time, now with the Game of the Year awards, we have a few more brand new PlayStation 5 games coming out. And a few of these were also on Xbox too, to preface that. But it does kind of go and show that people were getting, well, cautious on it. So console warriors are now mad and sad that Xbox's latest award was basically a big no-show. Last night's events at the Microsoft Theater, funny enough, didn't even have that much to share about Microsoft. If you guys didn't know, Jeff Keighley actually hosted the entire Game of the Year award show on the Microsoft Theater, so you would think they'd have a special announcement. You would think they'd have some good tie-in, and you would think the vibes would be great. But funny enough, they weren't, so it was really weird. So it wouldn't be the first time that Xbox fans are upset in the wake of last night's broadcast of the Game of the Year awards. The problem though, well, competitors like Sony scooped up award after award, and as you guys know, they didn't end up winning Game of the Year, but God of War was non-stop. Over and over and over and over and over and over again. Same thing too as well with other various games. I think Horizon though was the one that kind of got shafted the most. That was a good game. I never beat it. You guys can let me know. It wasn't bad. But yeah, at the end of the day, it was a little bit on the stranger side. So we have all these other things. We have all these other broadcasts going on with it. And with this, Xbox was basically silent. We really didn't see too much. There wasn't really too much there. And I wish there was. I really wish there was. But maybe they're waiting for their next upcoming Xbox solo conference. Maybe they're being more quiet from the regulators, as we've been probably alluding towards, because they did literally get sued. But we did see also Phil Spencer in the audience. Like, they literally had a nice little highlight and showcased up over him, and I'm surprised he just wasn't more involved. So ironically, this Game of the Year awards show took place in LA's Microsoft Theater. Microsoft's gaming CEO Phil Spencer did in fact attend, and though an Xbox published game won an award, and a lot of upcoming Game Pass titles and features were announced, which is still nice, they were involved in that one, Xbox fans felt that their console's parent company let them down. The Federal Trade Commission, which just hours before the award sued to prevent Microsoft's pending merger with Activision Blizzard, likely didn't mind Microsoft's intrusion, but the company's long-suffering fans are tired of waiting for the publishers to show up. And I kind of want to know if you guys are Xbox fans yourselves. Is this something that you guys are kind of in the same boat on? Now, for me, I'm more of like a PC guy. I always say this. I have my PS5, I have my Switch, but I would agree that I kind of think there should be a lot more games coming out. Like, it's Xbox. Like, bro, like, there's just been nothing. Like, even ever since the Xbox Series X has come out, yeah, they have Game Pass titles, but like, bro, where's the good stuff? So they even go and say, like, some people up here on Twitter are basically, like, just making memes and calling them out and calling out Xbox ever since the conference ended yesterday. Zero showings since June, pretty much. One popular tweet in response to Xbox's forthcoming Game Pass title said, "Y'all just hate your fans." I mean, that's true. Like, Game Pass is nice, but you still have to pay money for it. So, like, it still is a service. Like, it's meant to make money, and you don't really have anything to really look forward to. Like, I'm hyped up for Starfield, I guess, and, Redfall, I guess, but I need something more. Like, I want something good. This is why, like, Sony at least does have trailers. Like, we have the Spider-Man, we have the Marvel, we have Final Fantasy 16. Like, there are games in the works, and I'm like, let's go. Like, I'm excited for the exclusive side. And then just Xbox has been quiet. And it really probably is, honest to God, tied to this Activision acquisition, which if that means we can't even see games being developed and worked on, I'd almost want them just to go and kind of drop the whole thing. So the sentiment seemed to echo everywhere. Very surprised with Xbox not having a presence at the Game of the Year Awards, Kind of Funny host Paris Lilly tweeted. In my opinion, it's a missed opportunity to set the table for what's to come in 2023. Wirecutter editor Arthur Gies noticed Microsoft Gaming's wallflower status too, tweeting, "Xbox was the quietest I think I've ever seen at the Game Awards." We also have things over here from Mr. Matty. Tony Schnell versus the Jazz 00000. Xbox reveals at the Game Awards tonight 0000. It sure is weird that Nintendo had more to show for its ancient system at the Game Awards than Microsoft with its newish generation that should be hitting its stride, which I agree. Like, Nintendo's at like year 7. They should be having way more games out. They should be having people getting excited. There should be games they're announcing 2, 3, 4 years in advance, maybe a little bit too far, but like, they want people to be hyped. They want people excited for all this stuff. Xbox presence at the Game Awards. Game Pass, like, we're passing it on off. Like, there's been a lot of memes and a lot of people talking about this. So basically they're saying Microsoft hasn't been able to deliver an inspiring exclusive its fans keep praying for a while, which I agree on. Bethesda's huge Xbox exclusive action role-playing game Starfield actually was delayed, so people are upset with that still, although I'm hyped up, I'm going to play it. I'm not anti-Xbox, I want to play it. And then Arcane's first-person shooter Redfall as well also had delays. We're seeing other delays in Microsoft, and at the point where we even had, or a few weeks ago, with Microsoft saying that literally PlayStation games were actually better exclusives. And that's a hard thing to admit to a competitor, but they're also still trying to get like everyone on their side and making people feel bad and let the Activision acquisition go through. And instead of trying to match that quality too, and I think they could, it's literally Xbox. Like, they have studios, they have money, they have Microsoft, they have Game Pass, they have devs up the wazoo, they got connections, they just don't do it, and I really don't know why. And that's why I think people are even more upset, because this would be a time to have like 1 or 2 really, really good games that people are excited for, that people are hyped up for, and they kind of get like that stride back for Xbox. But there really wasn't anything, and there really hasn't been anything for a while. Now, I'm not against Xbox. I think Xbox is going to be sick, but I just don't get it. So basically, they do have the Halo Infinite and the 2020 exclusives like Pentiment. Xbox does seem to be still pushing for Game Pass, which we all kind of know as of now. And people want something creative, though. They want something nice. They want people to go play some games. They don't want to do safe things. But as we keep on mentioning, even other articles are agreeing, it does kind of seem like it comes down to this Activision Blizzard merger, because they don't want to go and have huge games and the whole internet breaks and goes like a million tweets and goes viral. No, they don't. They don't really want that. What they do want is like, people be like, yeah, Xbox sucks. So then people actually think that, and then they can go get the deal because they're like, yeah, look, everyone on social media, we had a million tweets saying Xbox is slacking, like something like this. They would highlight this. And then, well, maybe the FTC would be like, yeah, you're right. Like, we have a lot of people thinking you're the weakest of the 3. You haven't had good games and you need this to stay competitive. And maybe this is just all part of the scheme. Like, I'm sure there's still games being developed in the back end, and I'm sure things are still ongoing, don't get me wrong, but it's kind of crazy to see that Microsoft has just been so quiet. Now, they do still have the exclusives coming for Game Pass, as they always keep saying, where Microsoft decided to make several of the Bethesda titles, including Starfield and Redfall, Microsoft exclusives, despite assurances it had given to European antitrust authorities that it had no incentive to withhold games from rival consoles. The press release says, with the control over Activision's blockbuster franchises, Microsoft would have both the means and motive to harm competition by manipulating Activision prices. So, Call of Duty prices, Overwatch, World of Warcraft prices, degrading Activision's game quality, or withholding content from competitors entirely, resulting in harm to consumers. So it's crazy because it does seem like they're almost kind of stuck, lurking, and people are upset about it. Now, is it right or wrong? We'll have to find out these next 6 months or a year, depending on if this deal goes through. But right now, it does seem like Xbox is kind of stabbing their own toe right now. It's not going too hot. So give me your thoughts and comments down below. Make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on, as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Amazon links down below, the Samsung sign-up links for all those down below, and of course the Twitter and Twitch down below too as well. And I appreciate you guys all so much for watching here in the first place.